Does your past affect your future? Does your past affect the present? Is it okay thinking about your past? Or forget about everything and live for today? Sid K Breathes Air, yani ki Siddharth Kannan in conversation with Atman in Ravi, Air, our spiritual guru, the cool one. A round of applause for our new episode. I like it. Look at the enthusiasm. Air, first of all, I want to tell everyone, thank you for all the love, the appreciation we are getting it. Because, जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, नियत बहुत साफ है. ये दिल से आती है आवाज. And hope we can make your lives better. So, Air, living in the past, does it affect the present and the future?
You can't live in the past, even if you want to. If I give you $1 million and I ask you to go back to yesterday, can you?
I can't.
You can't. The question, therefore, that comes to my mind before you can ask me questions about the past, present, and future, the question that comes to my mind is, who is the one who is living in the past? Do you know who? It is your mind. The mind which you cannot find. But it is the mind that makes you blind and takes you behind. The present is a present, it's a gift to you. That's why I always tell people.
I want to talk about something very important. I'll give you an example. Personally also. There were moments that I used to live in the past. Not that I was immersed in the past. It was not that I was only thinking about the past. But I take moments from the past, use that, thinking this is what I did in the past, and learn from those mistakes, and try and incorporate it into the present. Is that okay to do?
The problem is that when you try to go to the past to pick up some things from your memory, you also pick up a lot of junk, which steals the peace of the monk, which you are. You are living in a beautiful present moment and you think that you are going to analyze what you did memorize. But you must realize that whatever you have learnt, that has become part of your system. Going into the past is not a good habit. You don't need to go to the past to learn what you have learned in the past, because that is already in your, what do they call that memory, the random memory which is there in your system. You don't need to go into the hard disk of your life and pull out all the junk. Because the problem is there are too many regrets and hurts and shame and guilt. We can't change the past. Can we change the past?
No.
What you're saying is we want to learn from the past. Great. But neither can we go to the past, neither need we go to the past, because what we have learned from the past is already in the present moment. So to be prima facie, I would tell my friends, I tell people, don't just forgive, which is what in the past. Forgive and forget. Because the moment you have a memory of garbage, that's going to be a big challenge in life.
Kapil Bansal from Mumbai, we had asked people to send you questions.
Yes, sir.
So Kapil Bansal says, people like me have also achieved a lot in the corporate world. We use those strategies to bring in a lot of things which add advantage, because that is a mover's advantage. So there the past is good for us.
So my dear couple, if you want to go back to the past to analyze something, please do. But be in the present moment. Don't get swept away into the past. Because when you get swept away into the past, you lose the gift of the present moment. Reflect on the past, but be in the present.
If you find in life we all have painful memories, right? It could be divorce, it could be failures, it could be getting hurt somewhere. In fact, there's so many maybe unresolved conflicts. right, in your head, which is still not got solved. And sometimes that leads to low self-esteem. Because constantly you've been in and out of relationships, constantly you have lost battles in the past, it obviously shakes your self-esteem. How do you get that back?
The first challenge is not to go back to the past.
Yes.
Because whether it was a divorce, whether it was a hurt, the loss of business, money, it's done and dusted. What are you in the present moment? The baggage of yesterday with the problems of today becomes a trauma that will destroy your tomorrow. Don't add the baggage of yesterday to today. Aaj kya problem hai? Where are you today? You were divorced 3 years back. You had a hurt 5 years back. You were cheated 1 year back. The problem is the mind is like a record player. Aja, 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 aja. It keeps on playing. It's just like those TV channels. That one guy, one terrorist came and shot one person, but the TV will play 200 times to make it look like there were 12 murderers who shot down hundreds of people. Don't let your mind nurse your hurts, curse your hurts, and rehearse your hurts. Don't nurse and curse and rehearse. Learn to reverse your hurts. And to reverse your hurts, be in the present moment. Be firmly grounded in the now. Make that wow.
This is a message from Radhika Khushru, and she says, गलतियों से नहीं सीखेगा कोई पिछले गलतियों से, तो वो तो बेवकूफी हुई ना. Which means if you've not learned from the past mistakes, then you are a fool.
Absolutely. What we have learned from our past mistakes, we have already learned. We don't need to go back and learn. Because then not only will we learn from our past mistakes, we will drown in our past mistakes. See, the problem is when the mind goes back to a yesterday that is gone, it kills you. It keeps on replaying those feelings of guilt and shame. Arey yaar, aise kiya, kyun kiya yaar? I should not have done. I should have and would have and could have. Doesn't your mind say that? It keeps on saying. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. No. What's the point? Let's talk of karma. What you have done in the past is your karma. That karma is done. It is recorded. Now, you can't go and change that. In yesterday. Suppose I hurt you yesterday. I can come to you today and say, Sir, aaj maaf karo. What is gone, what is over, forget about it. But today, let us start fresh. The challenge is people are not able to be in today. People are thinking that they will learn from yesterday, they will go to yesterday, they will resolve. You can't resolve yesterday's problem because yesterday has become today. Today, you can't go back. Today is the tomorrow that you thought of yesterday. So therefore, let us be in today. Let us not go to yesterday or tomorrow. Both you can't go. Only live in the moment.
Now, why do we have people, maybe I could have been a party to that too, because we are all very, very human, who keep making the same mistakes then. Now, you said one question, and thankfully Air empowers me to ask him all the questions and question it too, right?
Anything you can ask.
There you go. So it's so open that I can question him repeatedly on these things. A lot of people keep making the same mistakes.
Correct.
Relationship, corporate life, professional life. Now you say, from the past you've learned.
Yep.
It's in your system, it's programmed, it's there. Then why do people keep repeating the same mistakes?
Because the mind. The mind does not let you to use your intellect. We have got two aspects in our head. One aspect is mind, which is thought-driven. One aspect is intellect, which is discriminatory. The intellect will tell you what is black, what is white, what is wrong, what is right. But the mind, it keeps on bombarding you with thoughts. Have you heard of AK-47?
Yes. Boom, 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 boom.
Have you heard of MK50?
Yes.
Have I told you MK50?
Yes.
So the audience, MK50 is the mind killer 50. It bombards us with 50 thoughts a minute. And as long as it's bombarding you with thoughts, it doesn't give you a chance not to repeat the same mistake. We are all subject to this. I myself have had the times when I've repeated the same mistake. So what do I tell people? When your mind is making you make the same mistake, Sid, you know what you need to do? You need to take the help of your best friend, the mirror. Look at the mirror and say, look at yourself and tell, stop it, stupid. Stop it, you stupid. Stop it, stupid. You're basically asking the mind to stop its stupid behavior. Because the mind wants us to cry. Its job is to make us miserable. But we don't understand that our biggest enemy is the mind. So this repeating of mistake is caused by the mind. You know what happens? How does a mistake happen? An action is preceded by a feeling, which is preceded by a thought. Thought, feeling, action. Thought, feeling, action. The moment there's a thought, you've already doomed for that action. Therefore, you have to control the thought. And if you don't control the thought, and in thought you are caught, then that will become the same repeated mistake, because the mind has got you in that wheel and it takes you round and round.
Anyone else who has questions related to the past and you're not being able to tackle it? It could be personal, professional, anything. We're all human. And in this show, I promise you, we don't judge you. Anybody? Yes, ma'am, the lady at the back.
Bonjour, hi. I would like to know what karma can do in the past life and the future life. What is the link?
How does karma control the past life and the future life? Yes. So, what is karma? Karma is the law of action and reaction. What people don't understand is whatever is happening today is not happening by luck. It is our past action that is happening today. What is going to happen in the future, tomorrow, is our present action. So you can control your future by controlling your present action. But you can't control the present because it depends on your past action. You've already done that. Therefore, the past is going to unfold today. If something is happening, people wonder, why do bad things happen to good people? No. Because the past is done. Therefore, there is a connection between past, present, and future. Life is a combination of these three. What we do, whatever you do will come back to you. Therefore, there is a connection. So you cannot change your past. Therefore, your past is done. Therefore, what is happening in the present, you cannot change. But you can change the present by doing something today. And that can control the future.
Wow, what a lovely question. Thank you so much for your question. Anybody else? Any question that you have? Yes, the lady in front. Hi.
So I have a question for relationship. So in relationship, if one person is trying and giving 100% to maintain the relationship, but still that relationship is not working and divorce is happening, is it because of the past karma? Because one person, he is being good into the relationship, he's a good person, still bad thing is happening to him or her.
So while you may be putting your best efforts in the present moment, but your best efforts are not bearing fruit and the relationship is not working, it has no other option but to believe it is past karma. Because logically, what you do today should bear fruit. If it is not bearing fruit, you're doing your best, you're doing your best, you're doing your best, still it's not working, that means it is your past actions that are acting in the present circumstances.
Okay, thank you.
When we realize I am not this body that will die. The body came from nothing, will go back to nothing. I am not the mind which I cannot find. I am not the ego that says I. We have to realize this. We are not the body, mind, ego. Then there will be no ego issues. We think that we are this body. Therefore, I have a problem with you. But why is it that the right leg does not kick the left leg? Why is it you don't find the right leg? Why is it the right hand does not smash the left hand? Because the right hand and left hand know we are one. But I think I am separate from you. There is an ego that differentiates me and you. Therefore, the ego issue comes. When we realize we are all divine souls, we all are coming from one SIP, Supreme Immortal Power, and we go back to SIP, there will be no ego issues. Ego issues will be a thing of the past.
Supriya from Kerala sends a message. So she basically says that every time I have had people cheat on me, right? And she says, I let go of the past. I'm starting from a clean slate and the same pattern again happens to me. So then I again go back to the past. And then I again start from scratch saying, okay, I will not let the past affect me at all. But then she says the same things happen to me again, people keep cheating on me.
So Supriya, it's like you saying that I went up to the tree and I cut all the pineapples and there were no pineapples. And then again after a few days, pineapples came. And I went up to the tree and again I cut all the pineapples and there were no pineapples. And I'm waiting for apples and mangoes and chickus to come, but I'm getting pineapples. You know the answer. You're getting pineapples because they are the fruit of the shoot, of the root that you have planted. If you want to change the fruit, my dear Supriya, change the root. You are not changing the root, you're expecting new fruit. You can't have new fruit. You are getting the result of your past. You're wiping out the present. But my dear Supriya, you can't wipe out the past because the past will last as long as it will last depending on your karma. So accept, don't protest. Let the hurt happen. Smile. Smile for a while. And when the karma is over, then the roots will change. New karma will bear new fruits from new shoots. So be patient and you will have new fruit.
So I have a lady friend, a very dear friend of mine. She's like one of my closest friends. She's always wanted to be in a very solid relationship. By solid means for eternity, right? She wanted to find the knight in shining armor, date him, then get married, have a peaceful life. But she tells me, I have a bad boy syndrome, which means she attracts all the naughty boys, where every time the relationship ends up being disastrous. So she finds this guy on the right who really likes her, and left she knows this is a danger sign, yet she goes into the danger sign. And the person who she finds very sweet, she does not get attracted to. And then she says, I have this pattern of failed relationships because I have this pattern of the past, present, of the same kind of boys coming into my life, and I know they're wrong for me. I know it all, but why does it keep happening?
You must tell your dear friend that the more you go after these boys which you love, the more this pattern will repeat. Your dear friend should learn that it's not whom you run after that's important, it is who loves you. And if somebody really loves you, then that's where you must bet, for that is true. So if your friend changes and stops running after somebody she's after, and she respects the boy who loves her, she will have a good boy for life.
Don't you think in this situation, because of the pattern, she should have learned from the past?
No, she can't learn from the past because that is her life, her mind, her thoughts. Each one of us has a character. And you can't change that character. There was once a scorpion. And the scorpion was having a best friend of a frog. The frog used to tell the scorpion that, on the other side of the lake, when I go, there are beautiful fruit trees and there are beautiful, very nice scents. And the scorpion said, why don't you take me across? The frog said, I'm not mad because you'll sting me. So the frog stayed away from the scorpion. The scorpion said, you're a fool. You don't come. I will jump on your back and you take me across. And if I sting you, then if you die in the water, I will also die. The frog agreed and took the scorpion, and they were chatting as good friends going across the lake. As they were halfway through, the scorpion stung the frog. And the frog said, "Oh, scorpion, why did you sting me? Now I am going to die, and you are also going to die. So why did you do it, scorpion?" The scorpion said, "My dear frog, what can I do? I am a scorpion. My job is to sting. My nature is to sting. My character is to sting." So if your friend has got used to this character, it needs a paradigm shift. It needs a complete wiping of the old character, old nature. Then one can change.
And how does one cleanse oneself of the past?
Yeah, so one has to delete. How you do a factory reset for a phone. Many of us don't want to do factory reset. We go and delete media, delete messages. No, you need to delete everything. You need to do a factory reset. And a factory reset means start completely fresh. Have the courage to say everything new. That's the problem. Because the mind doesn't let us do it, it tries to pull us back. But we can do it. We can do a factory reset for our head.
Is it easy?
No, it's not easy. But that's the only way for us to transform our life. The problem is, we remain a fool because of what we were taught in school. We follow the herd because we don't have courage to fly like a bird. We don't fly like a bird because our wings are tied with strings. So you're caught. So first, open your wings. Don't follow the herd. Take that road less traveled. Unlearn all that you have learned. Then you can start a new life.
So then you feel light in the head and you fly like a butterfly.
Absolutely.
All right, more questions, please. Anybody else from the audience? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, you always used to say there is a life, it's purely based on the karma. So, a lot of times, a lot of people talks about it happened because of their karma. So, in the your own dictionary, is there any word called luck? Luck based on the karma?
Actually, a lot of people talk of luck. And luck exists. But the spelling is wrong. The spelling of luck is not L-U-C-K. The spelling of luck is P-L-U-C-K. You pluck. What is luck? Luck means chance. Luck means serendipity. Does this earth rotate out of chance? One day 24 hours, one day 18 hours, sometimes the sun rises at 3 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m. No. Everything in this world is governed by universal laws. And karma is a universal law. Luck is karma. When something happens, we say, "Arey, bad luck." It's not bad luck. It's what you did in the past. That is giving fruit today as a luck. Some people say good luck. There's no good luck. It is good karma that is coming back today as your good luck. Luck is equal to karma.
Is there any way that one can heal the past?
The only way to heal the past in the karmic school of thought is just like saying that I have got a negative debit balance in the bank. The only way for me to clear my negative debit balance is to deposit cash and make it a positive credit balance. So if either you have got a negative balance in the past, you make the negative balance into a positive balance. But for those who are spiritually aligned, the past, the history is a mystery. The past is history, which is a mystery, because it is actually an illusion. If you realize that just like in a movie theater, everything is like a projection, and everything unfolding in the movie is just a drama, and you realize we are actors who come and go, this is just a show, then you can heal from the past, because there is no past, there is no future, there is only the present moment. And you are a divine soul. The moment you are spiritually aligned, you don't need to heal from the past because it doesn't exist. You just live life moment by moment, moment by moment, realizing that there is no yesterday and there is no tomorrow. But it's not easy to do that. For this, you need spiritual awakening. You need to realize you are the divine soul, not the body, mind, ego. Then you are healed. Then you live in a state of Sat Chit Anand, a state of Ananda or bliss that comes from Sat Chit or truth consciousness. But this needs practice.
I've got a message from Joginder Taneja from Amritsar.
Haji.
And he wrote to us on social media saying, my boss tells me, तू अपने past mistakes से कुछ नहीं सीखा है. Which means the boss keeps reminding him कि you have done these mistakes in the past and you've never learned from it. Is the boss right in saying that?
Yes, the boss is right, because probably our dear Taneja is repeating the same mistake again and again. Because he's caught in mind state. If he was in intellect state, then he will learn from his past mistakes. We all must learn from our past mistakes and move on. But unfortunately, the problem more with Taneja is with the boss. Because the boss is living in yesterday. And he cannot even see the good things that Taneja is doing today. So he's always living in the past that is gone. And he will destroy a future that is not yet born by killing the present moment, and Taneja will soon leave his boss and find a better boss.
So boss, if you're listening, Taneja is going to be leaving you on. Don't let go of him. This is to all those, I can see so many people clapping because they all must be having this boss in their head who's been with them like that. Sabke paas ek aisa boss hua. Everyone's had one boss. How many people have had a boss like this? Put your hands up. In the past, have you had a boss like this? In the past. They're all worried their boss is watching.
So basically, Taneja should realize that if you don't get a kick out of the job you're doing, you better kick it and find something better. Because I think we all should let go of the past. Because if we are programmed to believe that we are repeating the same mistakes, we will repeat it again. We must reverse and we must move on.
Now, say for a cricket match, yesterday you won. You obviously your confidence is very strong. Yesterday, say I did a great show in front of 10,000 people. I'm just giving an example. You obviously have had a successful show. So that past victory gives you confidence in your next day. Isn't that good past to keep in mind?
It's good, but it's a big problem. It's good to keep your past victory in mind, but remember that past victory, when brought into today, creates stress and creates anxiety because you have set a benchmark of the past. Because of the benchmark of the past, you will fail in the present and your future will become miserable. Jo hua so hua, use bhul jao. You play every match, every day as a new match, as a new one-day match. And if you start looking at your past achievements, that is a big problem of people. Why do people commit suicide? Many people commit suicide because they are sticking to that past memory of achievement. And when today they are not able to reach that benchmark, that state of achievement, they kill themselves. You can check, many people commit suicide because they are declining. You have to let go of the past. And you have to live each day as a new day. Even though past was good, you enjoyed it, you got rewarded, your name, fame, trophies, forget it. You can't make the same yesterday repeat itself today. It's not possible.
Okay, now, so you have a boss who reminds you of the past. You can't help it because he's in front of you, right? You have to report to work, you do it. What if, like I interview Bollywood celebrities, and even for the common man, for people like us, sometimes people you don't know remind you of your past failures, remind you of your traumatic past and rub it to you on the face. Now, they are not people that I have control on, right? For example, if a Bollywood star has had 4 failures back to back, the public is not going to let him forget the past. For example, there's an actor, I won't take names. Believe you me, he was overweight as a child. To each his own, I'm not passing judgment. He was fat shamed. Today, he's very, very fit. Everyone's definition of being fit is very different, all right? His definition is, I've worked out, I'm thin, I've got muscles, I'm ripped. But in his head, he's still a fat boy. Because in the past, it was rubbed into him. So sometimes, people who you don't even care about remind you because you're in public face.
Because the problem is we let people's opinion influence our reality. Somebody's opinion about you has nothing to do with your reality. Their opinion hardly matters. But the problem is we let it matter. I often tell people, you are not what you think you are. You are not what you think you are. You are not what others think you are. But you are what you think others think you are. So you should not worry about what others think you are, because you will become that. You set your own path for yourself. You can be whom you want to be. And when somebody enters the floor with junk, you push them out of the door. Don't let negative people, negative thoughts come in, because you can't control people's actions, but you can control your reaction.
What about faceless people? Social media, whether you're a celebrity or not, a common man could put up a picture, and they could probably have commented on that picture 6 months back. And after that, you're using filters throughout, because that common man has made you believe that that scar on your face makes you look bad.
So faceless comments are baseless. So you must always remember. So when somebody writes a faceless comment on me, it doesn't affect me. Because I should be affected by what I am and not what others think I am. Because others may think anything of me. But finally, I know that I am divine energy. And I remain that. You should not be influenced.
Thank you so much, Air. Once again, does the past affect the future? Every question that I wanted to know, you wanted to know, my friends wanted to know, Air has answered it. Remember, we are an open book. We will be putting up our next topic on social media. You can throw in your questions, and no holds barred. This spiritual guru, who we love and adore so much, is always happy to answer your questions, because, as I keep saying, you make us. Sid K Breathes Air. Siddharth Kannan in conversation with Atman and Ravi. Thank you for watching. See you next Saturday. Bye-bye.